Batting Stance Guide. If you didn't watch baseball this week, here's what you missed. You missed Derek Jeter go 5 for 5 with a home run and more than an RBI for the first time ever. And he happened to do it on the day that he hit number 3,000. He's the 14th player ever to have 3,000 hits all on one team, and he etched his name in baseball lore. So let's go to my interaction with Derek Jeter. A year ago, his trainer introduced me to him. It took me in for 20 minutes to his training room, no cameras, just the other trainers. And so we got to talk about his stance. He was very presidential, but very nice. And so I said, all right, well, you got me in trouble on Letterman because as a guest, I threw the bat when he asked me to imitate you, and the bat hit Paul Schaefer's piano, and he's like, I don't throw the bat. So I was like, okay, well, let's go through it. You do this thing right now like Skip Schumacher, where basically you look at your wrist. He's like, I don't do that. And I said, okay, well, you're also doing this thing where you almost nod to the pitcher, and a lot of people online will say, yeah, he does this thing where he kind of nods to the pitcher as if to say, all right, before the first pitch, all right, we're ready to go, let's do this. He says, you're making that up. I never do that. So I said, okay, well, you call for time with your wrist, not your fingers, almost every time. He says, you're making that up. I absolutely don't do that. And then you take the pitch in, and then when you hit it, you chuck the bat down like this. It's like, okay, now you got me thinking about what I'm doing, but I don't do any of that stuff. I was like, okay. He's like, let me see some other guys. All right. So he asked for Bernie Williams. He asked for Nick Swisher. He asked for a bunch of different guys, and he laughed at all of them. And by the end, the trainers came up to me and were like, how does he not know what he does? And I said, well, it's kind of common. Like Euclid not knowing his hands are that far apart. Dexter Fowler even said, I didn't know my hands were that apart. Some people don't know the face that they're making. Tyler Clippard said he doesn't think he's making some face like this. But then he sees on video that he is. So then Jeter came back afterwards, shook bro, he's like, hey man, great to meet you, nice. We're about the same age. He's a little more successful, but it was great meeting him. And congrats, Derek Jeter, on your wonderful career. It's a long season, but a great one. Stay tuned.